Namaste. Namaste. Just wait till that little wave of bliss goes by. And I think we know that these talks, these words, they come from and go to the pure wakefulness, the pure alertness, the pure awareness, the pure attention that enables thoughts to happen. It enables feelings to feel. It enables the senses to perceive their objects. It's a field of pure awareness. Pure awareness just means it's on its own level. It's not interfered with by the thoughts that go on in the mind, by the emotions or feelings, or by the events, circumstances, and the perceptions of the world around us. And all the sensations that the body may feel. It's free from all of that. It is really everywhere. And we think we have to do something to find that place. But it's an omnipresent place. It's that awareness itself, clear, pure, awake, alert awareness itself that is beyond the intellect, beyond the mind, beyond the feelings, beyond the perceptions. That is just awake. It's just awake on its own level. And see, when it really sees itself, knows itself, touches itself, is with itself, then it becomes very, very bright and alert and awake, just to the awareness itself. And so when we sit here, I mean, we know, we've heard all this before, the mind knows all this. It's just that the mind thinks it knows the self. But see, mind is time and space. We say it functions in time and space, but it's really the flow of silence. And this is what creates the experience of time and space. And we could say life and the whole creation. But Let me sit here and just be simple. And just be, without doing, without trying, without understanding, without knowing. Just being here simple. Alert, awake. Mind can be there, but it doesn't affect, it doesn't bother, it doesn't perturb the silent wakefulness, the silent, clear, wakeful awareness that is engulfing all of these perceptions in front of us. It's not just somewhere in the mind. No, that silent, pure, wakeful alertness is everywhere. It's everywhere. And all of these objects and phenomena in front of us, at any time in the life, in the world, at all times, really, is within awareness, within that field of just pure wakeful alertness, pure silent stillness, silent, clear, awake stillness. And it's that stillness, it's that silent, wakeful alertness that really uses us all to know itself, really, firstly, to experience itself and deepen its own experience of itself, and continue to deepen its experience of itself so that it knows itself fully, knows itself fully. And it has nothing to do with the mind and the body and the life. It actually is the mind, the body, the life, the world, the universe is we can't really call it a product, but of the awareness itself. But it's the expressed appearance of all of the, we could say, just frequencies of the field of awareness itself, just being aware of itself. So we won't get into any knowledge or understanding or doing or thinking. We just sit and be. You can, well, eyes open, eyes closed. Doesn't really matter. Better if the eyes are open. Well, better, because the being itself can see itself sort of behind the scene, behind the eyes, behind the objects that the eyes are seeing, and yet pervading and permeating it all. So that awareness itself can see itself and can be with itself. And that's its, because that's what it is. It's just pure awareness. And see, the more that pure awareness comes awake to itself, just while we sit here without doing anything, the more it comes awake to itself, the more stillness becomes present in the space all around us. And a sort of, we used to say, call it a silent presence, becomes palpable, noticeable, even to the mind and the body in the space around. A presence, a stillness, a silent, clear seeing, clear being. It just comes awake a little bit more to itself and deepens its experience of itself through us all. And in the process of doing that, just while we're sitting here, doing nothing, but it's doing because it's becoming closer to itself and brighter within its own experience of itself. It begins to fine-tune and culture the body-mind appearance. Matter of fact, the whole appearance of the world in front of us begins to get fine-tuned, cultured, rarefied. And this is due to the being itself just effortlessly concentrating upon itself, being with itself, and allowing the eyes to see, the ears to hear, the feelings to feel, the senses to perceive, and just by being so simple. This is what enables the real self, the real being, that is the self, the sense of being, the sense of existing, to come more to the forefront of experience rather than being some vague experience somewhere in the background of life. Well, it is already in the foreground of experience. It's always been in the foreground of experience. Without it, there would be no experience, period. So we're sort of, I would say, in a sense, invoking, but just opening up the being to what it is, just by sitting here and allowing. And it's not a small thing. It's not just about witnessing the body, mind, person. It's far more than witnessing. Being the field of pure awareness in which everything exists or appears to exist is not a small thing. It is really the, coming back home to what you really are, who and what you really are. It's just awareness itself, the field of simple, innocent, open, pure, concentrated, wakeful awareness itself that is all around. It's all around. It's omnipresent. It's everywhere. And all of this body mind that you may think you are, and all of the objects of perception that we think is a world out here, is all contained within this non-moving, non-doing, unbounded, infinite field of pure, present moment, clear, wakeful awareness itself, that is by far the most dominant thing, because really, ultimately, it's the only thing that there is. And so, it can't be found by looking. You can't find it by looking. It can't deepen its own experience of itself through some intellectual trying or understanding or belief. It comes wake to itself right now, because it's here all around us. It's present in the room around. Matter of fact, the room you're sitting in is in awareness itself. It's in yourself. So this pure being itself, pure sense of existing itself, it just sort of gets hold of itself all by itself. It doesn't need a mind, doesn't need the intellect, doesn't need the emotions or feelings or sensations or perception. It just gets hold of itself all by itself. When it gets hold of itself, it's a non-moving, conscious stillness, pure, still, silent, wakeful, present moment, pure awareness that is everywhere, all around, right now. It just is. It just is. And this is what the self is, what the real sense of existing sense of being is. When it by itself knows itself, is not interfered with by the thoughts or the feelings, or emotions or perceptions or sensations. It just is. It just is awake, fully awake to itself. And it is what the self really is, and has been all along. The self has not been who you thought you were as the body and the mind. That's not who you are. That's a vehicle. It's a vehicle, and it's a measuring stick, measuring the degree of the intensity of the being awake to itself and awake to the finer levels of itself that is really deep within the core of the absolute infinity of the being that you really are. And so that body-mind measuring apparatus, it can gauge, it's the being's gauge of the degree to which it is really awake to the innermost core of the absolute value of itself. Because there's only that absolute being, absolute pure being, non-moving, non-doing, infinite field, infinite ocean of consciousness itself. That is perpetually moving and doing and deepening its own experience of itself in its process of being awake to itself. So you see this field of unbounded awareness. That is what you really are. In its process of being awake to itself, everywhere within itself, it is sort of flowing in frequencies of knowing itself. And these frequencies of intelligence are what appears as the world around us, and at a point appears as the body-mind. The awareness, the absolute awareness itself has been sort of fooled by thinking there was an absolute non-doing, non-moving, pure being and a relative world appearance, world existence out here, including the body, mind. It fooled the absolute being. because because it all of this body mind world appearance out here is just the reflection or the image created in, in the process of that field, unbounded field of absolute pure awareness itself, being aware of itself. And so a part of it, in the process, there's a stage it goes through where it experiences itself as separate from the body, mind, and world. Because it absolutely is separate, because it's a non-doing, non-moving field of pure wakeful awareness, which is right in front of us and all around, right now, pervading, permeating everything. And it is also moving and flowing and doing and feeling and knowing and just flowing in the appearance of the world around, the whole body, mind, and world around us. It's just the expressed appearance of the flow of the absolute non-doing being going more deeply into its core essence of the internal reality of itself. So it's always been one thing. It's always ever been one thing, one field. And that is flowing in the experience, in the perpetual experience of itself, and creating the appearance of the body-mind world at a point, and the world and universe at its infinity. This is why the scientists, they can't find an end to the universe. They can't even really find it. They thought they knew the beginning of the universe some 38 billion years ago. But all of that is, out the window now due to that this telescope, whatever they call it. And so we have to throw all that stuff out the window by the wayside and allow awareness itself to discover itself, to find out more about what it really is. And it does that just by being with itself, being deeply with itself and fully awake to itself right here and now in this eternal present moment of just boundless, non-moving being itself that is becoming more awake to itself, deepening its own experience of itself, drawing itself into itself and opening up to more of its grand fineness, the finer fabric of itself, which is so what was written in words, but it's so beautiful, so exquisite, so delightful, so joyful, so so precious. It is so precious and full of fullness and brightness and clearness and just simple being, a simple being. So it's doing that now. It's using us all to deepen its own experience of itself and to refine and culture the mechanism, the gauge of its own experience, the depth of its own experience of itself, which is this body-mind world thermometer, sort of, that really shows the being, to what degree it is coming awake in its fullness, in its wholeness, to the total reality of itself. The total reality. And that gets presented in the image of the body, mind, and world in front of us here. Because as we sit here and allow the being itself to be with itself and become more awake and clear within its own unbounded freedom that it is, what that is doing, it's refining this body, mind, and world appearance. It is causing change in the whole universe, really, all around. But right in your area, in your environment, when pure awareness gets hold of itself and draws itself deeply within itself and gets into this non-moving, pure, still awareness itself that it is, and begins to more intensely culture the body mind and all its perceptions. It's changing and transforming the environment, the whole world and universe around right now. To whatever degree. But it's happening because it's all in awareness and actually is awareness itself. All of this. So a very beautiful and powerful thing that we can do for our selves, little selves, and the world and the universe as a whole is by simply being still and allowing awareness itself to just be with itself, to come awake, to be more present, more present, more present, more present right now. and allow it to reveal more of its beauty, its goodness, its softness, its sweetness, its peace, its freedom. Just to be here now, just to be now, to be this now. Just